Hi, Heartroom friends. Today is our first writer's workshop lesson. I'm really excited because we're starting our narrative unit. And our narrative unit is basically stories about ourselves. They're stories about your life, true stories, things that have really happened to you, places you've really been, things you really like to do. So I want you to get out your red writing journal. I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do today. And anytime that you want to pause this video so that you can stop and do it yourself, you can. Okay, so get out your red writing journal. Open to the next clean page, and I want you to write the date. Okay, and the date this week we have 10/5/20, October 5th, 2020. Okay, and I want you to write your name in the middle of the white space. I wrote my name, Michelle. Don't write Michelle, write your name. Write your name in the middle of the space, and then draw a circle around it. Go ahead and pause if you need time to do that. Then when you're done, I want you to make little lines, just a few. I have a lot because I finished my idea chart, but you haven't started yours yet. So just make a few little sunshine lines outside of your circle. Okay. And now what I want you to do today is I want you to just get your juices flowing and think about special memories that you have. Maybe a special birthday or a special play date. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be a small thing. I want you to think about places that you've been that you really enjoy going to. I want you to think about your favorite games to play or activities to play, your favorite thing to do when you have free time. And I want you to write just one word at the end of each line, telling me about some of your favorite things. I don't want you to worry about spelling. I just want you to get your words down on paper. So I wrote Max, which was the first dog I had when I was an adult. And then I wrote Ruby, my dog now, because I had a lot of stories to tell you about Ruby. And I really like doing yoga, so I wrote yoga. And I really like going sailing and paddleboarding, so I wrote sailing and paddleboarding. I have a lot of special memories. When I was a little kid, I got in a bike accident and I hurt my ankle, so I wrote that down. I also went on a really fun trip last year to Costa Rica, so I wrote that down. I love to work in my garden, so I wrote gardening. I like to paint, so I wrote paint. I want you to write all of the things around your circle with little lines sticking out you like to do. Now, if you're sounding out your words and you're having trouble, it's okay. For example, let's say you want to write the word bike because you really like to ride on your bike. I want you to sound out the sounds you hear in bike. Okay, remember to put your fingers together like they're bubble gum and stretch out that word really slowly so you can hear the sounds. So we're going to say the word bike and then we're going to stretch it out. B, write it down. B, I, write down the I. Bike, write down the K. Now there's an E at the end of bike. Write it down. If you don't know there's an E at the end of bike, don't worry about it. Just write down the sounds that you hear right now. We want to get our ideas onto paper and we want to stretch out the sounds and write down the sounds that we do know. Okay? If you need to pause the video to finish your idea chart, do that now. After you finish your idea chart, you're going to turn to a new page. So I just turned one page. Here's my idea chart. And I turned to a fresh page. And I wrote the date again, 10/5/20. And now I'm going to start my story. And I'm going to tell you, I already decided which one I'm going to start with. So you have to pick one of those ideas. That's really hard. And I picked the story. I want to tell you all about when I got my cat Tallulah when she was a kitten, because she was so cute and so tiny. And she was this little fluff ball. And she was very, very scared. And she was very, very cute. She was shy. And I want to tell you about how our older cat, George, came over and made friends with her. And she really liked him. And he would lick her down. He would clean her fur. And they would snuggle together. And that's how Tallulah became more social and more comfortable and more playful, because she had a friend that she made. So I want to think about how I want to start that story. It didn't happen today. It happened a long time ago. So I think I'm going to say that. A long A long time ago. 4 words. A. So I'm going to write the word A, and then put a finger space down. A long time. Can stretch that word out. I'm write it down. I write it down. Time ago. I a kitten. At we named Tallulah. I started my story. I just started it. You can see it here. I wrote my words. I have finger spaces between them, and I'm stretching them out, writing them on the lines. I'm not done though. I just started. I told you I got a cat, but I didn't tell you what was so great about that kitten. Tallulah was so fluffy and tiny. I'm just sounding out my words. I'm stretching them out as I go. So your words do not have to be spelled perfectly. I don't expect them to be. I want you to sound out your words. I want you to write down all the sounds you hear. I gave you a little dictionary in your blue canvas bag, so if you want to look in your dictionary, you can. And there are words in there, so maybe a word that you need is in there. You can look in your dictionary, or you can stretch out your words. If you have a really big, long word like Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, and you don't know how to spell it, you can ask a grown-up, okay? But stretch out all of your words and write down all of your sounds. And when we're done, we're going to add a picture, and we're going to share them on Friday. I can't wait to read yours.